The signals will give you invariably amazing signals, amazing warnings, and beautiful messages if you learn how to interpret, depending upon where you're getting the sensation, the right side of the body or the left side of the body or the head or which part of the head or chest or abdomen. Based on that, you can actually figure out what exactly are those messages. You can learn them in a jiffy through Radical. However, even before you learn that, or even if you've not learned that, there are a few things that you can do. Start noticing when your body gives signals and what happens if you listen to your body, what happens if you disregard your body. And that will truly educate you. A lot of cultures, they say disregard the body. Body is absolutely coming in the way of your spiritual growth. My experience has been amazing. Body responds to you favorably if you do whatever you do as per your soul plan. The moment you deviate, your body screams, sometimes in a milder way through a general twitch or a little itch or little discomfort, and sometimes through severe pain. And even when we don't listen to, your body even comes across major pains or even accidents. You could ask me, when was the last time you met with an accident? And where did you come across an accident? And I will tell you, what was your thought at that time? You can very well predict your thoughts because it's your way of punishing yourself for the kind of thoughts that you have, which is against your life plan. That intelligence is your body, and yet we haven't been really taught the whole beautiful information that we can gather from our body consciousness. And it's so beautifully available. Maybe during later part of the talk, I will show you how to gather that information for yourself. Having said that, coming back to today's topic, if you align yourself very well to this intuitive signs and signals, it gets easier for you to go with the flow. And when you go with the flow, you can actually start living. If at all you have to use your logic, you should use your logic to assess the flow, understand where the life is taking you. Have a courage to jump and enjoy the flow. I had a beautiful conversation with somebody, and they said only dead fish go with the flow. Well, then what happens to those river rafting champions? Don't they go with the flow? Well, when you go with the flow, you can have a choice of just succumbing to the flow because you're unwilling to go with the flow, or enjoying the benefit of the flow and make the best out of it, right? So again, it's your personal choice. However, I also know some people who want to defy flow and say, hey, I would go against the flow because I can manage it. I'm strong enough to do that. They keep fighting the currents and then complain that I'm stuck. I'm going nowhere. I am where I used to be even a few years back. And I'm so tired and exhausted. The moment people say I'm tired and exhausted, the first thing I guide them to understand, what are you really fighting with? And why? Where is your life taking you and where do you want to go? The moment you realize that you are defying the flow of life and just let yourself go with the flow, life can be easy, effortless, and a lot of fun. Alternatively, when you repeatedly affirm that life is easy, life is effortless, and life is a lot of fun, very naturally, your subconscious mind will take you along with the flow. And I've seen that so often. You don't have to believe me. You have to try it out for yourself. Write this affirmation: life is easy, life is effortless, and life is a lot of fun. And when you repeatedly affirm that and recite that, um, and write for 21 times every day, and I would say up to 3 months if you're a very logical person, and you'll find your life easing out so beautifully, because knowingly or unknowingly, you'll start going with the flow. Does that mean that you should not be using your intelligence? No, you should use your intelligence, vigilance, awareness. Even if you're going with the flow, there could be rocks, there could be other boats. You need to steer your way cleverly. You need your intelligence for that, not for defying the flow. Because if you're defying the flow, you're tiring yourself out trying to prove something to someone or to yourself and achieving practically nothing. I wonder if that's really prudent. So thinking is great, provided it is not used as escape mechanism. Sometimes when you don't want to do anything or something, or you are really scared of getting into anything, the best way you could manage that is by logicking, by evaluating, by analyzing, by arguing, and you can keep doing it time and again, and you will go nowhere. There's so many people, so-called intelligent people, they spend their lifetime trying to argue, logic, evaluate, and they remain where they are during the better part of their life. And why would they do that? Just to avoid some experience that the life is taking them through. Would it not be nice to go through that experience rather than feeling stuck? Well, the choice is completely yours. I'm leaving you with this thought, and through these demos, I will teach you how to stop overthinking. Now, I'm going to share a link with everyone, and in case you feel like coming online, do join me. Here's a link. You can click on the link and join me online. Meanwhile, I'll read some of the messages. Hello, Anupa. Hi, Poonam. Hi, Sharda, Masoom, Anjali, Emido, Rita, Bhuvneshwari. Hi, Amit. Hi, Saina. Hello, Munmun. Geeta. Awesome. Okay. So even before any demo comes or anybody comes forward for a demo, let me give you a kind of an example. Okay. You have a particular thought. In life, whatever you resist tends to persist. And that's true for even thoughts. So if you keep resisting your thoughts, it's going to keep persisting. I'm going to give you an amazing technique, and you can use it not only for being calm, practically thoughtless. Being thoughtless is not being mindless. In fact, when you're thoughtless, you're super aware and super conscious. In fact, when you're engrossed in your thinking and internal dialogue, you miss out on a lot of awareness, right? So being thoughtless or having minimum thoughts will conserve a lot of energy that your mind can apply in manifesting right things for you. So how to reduce the number of thoughts that you have is just by closing your eyes or even being aware. Initially, it would be a good idea to close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, you're focused on your thoughts. Don't run away from your thoughts. Don't disregard your thoughts. Don't avoid your thoughts. Just be observer of your thoughts. Observe what you're thinking. Suppose if you're thinking about what would I have for dinner, say, my thoughts about my dinner is my soul's love. You say it for a few times, and thought of the dinner goes out. Then comes another thought. What would be the thought? Maybe, when would I get up in the morning? What is the right time to wake up in the morning? And you know that there is no hurry. If you go to sleep now, there's enough time for you to wake up in the morning, and you don't have to really plan. So, my anticipation for tomorrow morning is my soul's love. You say it for a few times, and then comes to another thought. You suddenly think of, well, what happened during the day today? The conversation that did not go as you expected. So say the disappointment in the conversation is my soul's love. And you say it a few times, my disappointment with the conversation is my soul's love. My disappointment with the conversation is my soul's love. My disappointment with the conversation is my soul's love. And as you say it 3 to 7 times, you calm down, your thoughts shift to the next thought. Keep doing in a similar way, keep working in a similar way. And after a while, you'll have no thought, no vision, no feeling. You will be relaxed, you will be calm, you will be peaceful. Now you can meditate in that space, or my recommendation would be that certainly just before the bedtime, you do this exercise. If you sleep with a clear mind, you will get refreshing sleep. And if you sleep with a lot of thoughts clogging your mind, you will spend better part of your sleep hours in digesting those thoughts and assimilating those thoughts. Clear your mind, calm down, come to neutrality, come to practically a thoughtless space, and you will naturally feel relaxed and naturally feel sleepy. This tip is for those who can't even sleep very well. Or there are people who toss and turn and go here and there, read books, watch televisions, do so many activities so that they feel eventually tired and then go to sleep. Probably they can save a lot of time. All they have to do is just lie in the bed, keep observing their thought, and work with one thought at a time till the time the thought goes away and the calmness prevails. And when the calmness prevails, you conserve a lot of energy that can be used for your thought manifestations, for better life, for improving health, and having much focused thoughts. So your focus improves, your concentration improves, you calm down, you feel more energetic, less tired, and more effective in your approach and daily life. So here we have Amit. Hi, Amit.
Hello. Am I audible?
Hi. I'm
speaking. Am I audible?
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Amit, for joining us. Hi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, any question or anything that you'd like to say, or you've just come for a demo?
You shared the link and I just joined in. So.
Oh, how sweet. Have you been using Soul's Love or R5 for Radical?
I've tried using it a bit, but so far, I guess I'm kind of an overthinking person. So far, haven't seen much differences.
Yes.
So just 15 minutes back, I saw the prompt of this today's live show, and I felt like this is for me.
Perfect. See, today I have more men for demo today, so it's good. I think this is topic for men because they are more analyzing. Women are a little more impulsive. I'm not saying generalize. There are exceptions to the rule always. But I do see this pattern often, and that's perfectly all right. It has to be balanced. However, it tires out sometimes, and if it often makes you feel stuck, if you're overthinking, I'm not saying that nobody should think. No, please think. But beyond a point, it gets too much of a burden on you. So, how do you reduce the number of thoughts and conserve your energy in a better way? So, I'm going to just give you this demo right now. Okay, Amit. So, if you can just tell me, where is your attention right now? What's a thought? What's a feeling?
I'm just listening and trying to understand what you are saying. So
Okay,
my focus is here in this session.
awesome. That's very good. So, my attempt to understand is my soul's love. Just say
My
my attempt
attempt to understand is my
is my
soul's love.
soul's love. Say it few
My
times.
attempt, yeah. My attempt to understand is my soul's love. 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 My attempt to understand
Yeah,
is my
when you have
soul's
a
love.
next thought, when you have a next thought, next feeling, next emotion or a sensation, just draw my attention. What is the next thought? Now,
There is a parallel thought like I've been having this for headache, for pain in my forehead for the past week or so. So that's a parallel thing which is disturbing me at the moment.
that's great. Yeah, can you just touch with your finger and show me exactly where's the headache? One
It's
finger, right?
this yeah, it's this entire part
This
from
part.
here
Okay.
till here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my need for visionary and creative ideas is my soul's love. This is a front third eye chakra, and through front
Hmm.
third eye chakra, we pick up the finer signals from the metaphysical world. So, all creative people, lateral thinkers, they have a very well developed third eye chakra. Okay. So the pain over here is a reminder that you open up to the visual guidance or creative guidance that you're getting from the metaphysical world or your higher consciousness. So my need
So
to remain
it's
open.
also just to add, it's also like coming from here, bit of starting here, and comes down. But the most severe part is this.
Yeah. So let's first go to the severe part. Even this
Okay.
is a crown chakra. Crown chakra is your connectivity with the spiritual world or a metaphysical world. So there is some signal coming to you from the spiritual world, which probably you're blocking. Now, whether you're doing it or not, we would know it as you do the statements. Okay. So my need to be connected to, use your word. Is it a spiritual world, metaphysical world, my soul signal? What would you like to say? My need to
I
be
need to be
connected
connected to my soul.
is my
I,
soul's.
is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. My need to be connected to my soul is my soul's love. I feel a little different, slightly reduced pain here, but it has increased towards this.
Over there, right? So I'm just going to show you. Let me share the screen. Um, this is the mobile app. Anybody can download. All right. So I'm just going to show you. This is where you have pain, right? Um,
Right, right.
no, but that is on the side. It's on the major chakra you're showing. Okay. Um, Yeah, so the major chakras are not here. I'll show you in the second demo. So let's go with this. This particular spot that you're showing is a precise crown chakra. So my need for spiritual development is my soul's love.
I feel it's a little ahead than the crown chakra,
A little
in
ahead.
between the forehead and the crown.
Oh, then we are
Yeah.
spot on. It is this one. FC1. Okay. FC1, pain in this spot is a reminder to have faith. My need for faith is my soul's love.
My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My need for faith is my soul's love. My
Yeah.
need
Any
for
thought,
faith.
any thought, any sensation. The moment it shifts, you can tell me. The next.
It has increased slightly. The
Okay.
same,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. When the pain increases, that means there is some resistance, right? So just say my resistance to have faith is my soul's love.
My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. My resistance to have faith is my soul's love. Spreading a little bit more,
Yeah.
spreading. Oh,
Yeah. Can you just show me with the fingers?
Um,
And where is maximum?
like uh, this, just where the forehead finishes, the head part
Mhm.
starts an inch over there, above that.
Oh, so I know what it is you're talking about. It is on right side. All right. So somewhere here, SR1. Okay.
Uh, right, both sides, left and right.
Okay. So pain in this spot is reminder to intend and invite others to keep their commitments. So the keywords are letdowns, lack of commitments. I would go with the keyword letdown. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. What if I have faith and there would be a letdown? So my fear of letdown is my soul's love.
My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. My fear of letdown is my soul's love. So it has reduced a bit.
Yeah. Where is it maximum right now? If there is pain?
Yes, now comparatively, this part has reduced. So
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
initial first part is still there.
Yes. Okay. So my need to be visionary is my soul's love.
My need to be visionary is my soul's love. My need to be visionary is my soul's love. My need to be visionary is my soul's love. My need to be visionary is my soul's love. My need to be visionary is my soul's love. My need to be visionary is my soul's love. It is increasing.
Yeah. My
This
resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love.
my
My
resistance to be my
visionary and
resistance to be
to be
visionary and
visionary and creative.
My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary and creative is my soul's love. Um, it's getting concentrated, coming reducing from this part and coming towards more of center,
Yes.
exact as
That
we can say third eye. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a proper third eye. So my resistance to be visionary is my soul's love.
My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love. My resistance to be visionary is my soul's love.
What's happening now?
It's reduced a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. And where is it now?
Here only, in between this third eye part.
Okay. Let me give
uh,
you a proper statement for that. Just say, I implement all my dreams, ideas, and vision.
I
I
implement all my
all
dreams, ideas, and vision. I implement all my 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 dreams, ideas, and vision. It has reduced a bit. I feel like something is dissolving. That kind of
yes,
vision comes to my eye. Yeah.
yeah. Amit, continue for 7 more times. Don't worry about the time. Just say, I
Uh,
implement 7 times minimum. I implement.
uh, I implement my ideas and vision. 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 It's further reducing. Uh, if initially it was around 8, so now it is around 2 to 3.
Correct. So, meanwhile, let me speak to Sudarshan maybe, and you can continue saying this for 21 more times
Okay.
and let me know. Meanwhile, if there is another thought, so just say this thought is my soul's love. There's concern, there's worries. How will I do it? How would that happen? Who will help me? The related thoughts come. So say this is my soul's love. And then eventually you will find a peaceful spot where there is no pain, there is no thought, and the mind is stand still, and it is like still water. That's when you get the most brilliant ideas, answers, solutions. That's when you're productive, very, very creative, and you get brilliant guidance. Yeah. So try and reach there. I'm around. So meanwhile, I'm just
Okay.
speaking to Sudarshan.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Sudarshan.
Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes, yes, very well.
Tell me, what do you want to hear from me?
Okay, I thought you have something to share. Yeah.
Uh,
So,
Basically, when you were doing the demo, uh,
mhm,
all the time when I was sit for meditation or when somebody talks about me or I get pressure in my head. Okay,
mhm,
and now listening to you, I get so much of
mhm,
pressure in my head, and
mhm.
also like a needle piercing from the back of my head. And it's little painful, little sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, say the pressure is my soul's love. Just say it and see how it feels.
My pressure is my soul's love. My pressure is a soul's
It's
love.
not your
The
pressure. So,
pressure
say
is a soul's love. My pressure,
yeah, the pressure is, the
the
pressure
pressure.
is,
Okay, the pressure. The pressure is my soul's love. 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 The pressure is, and one more thing, my head always, it moves when I sit for meditation or when I listen to you. There is a movement of my head.
like this or
I don't
like
know
this.
why it is happening.
It's round or
Like
just
it's like
for
it's round, round. Yeah.
round. Okay. Trust that happens when Kundalini starts rising because the movement is
Okay, it
this
is
way.
there for yeah, there for me for some time, and sometimes it
Yeah,
is little awkward also.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So your body is yet not prepared for the energy rise, and that's when the body moves.
Yep.
Okay, sometimes just the head moves like
Okay.
this. Yeah. So only just
Yeah.
saying my head movement from my soul's love.
The head movement is my soul's love. The head movement is the head movement is my soul's love. 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 The head
Yes,
movement
Buddha.
is my soul's love. The head movement is my soul. Yeah, it is still there. Sometimes it becomes stiff also. You know.
How's the pressure on the head?
The pressure has spread in other areas also, but there is pressure, but it's little reduced.
Little reduced. Okay. So now saying
But
my
when you
need
sit in
for
front of others, when you sit in front of others, and people notice you, they will feel something, you know, awkward. You know, what is wrong with this guy? You know.
yeah. So do meditation when you're alone. Trust after
Yeah.
a few months, a few weeks practice, intense practice, this stops.
Yeah.
Some people do get it,
Okay.
and it's okay. No worries. Just along with that, do breathing exercises and physical exercises also, so that the energy that rises from the energy center at the bottom of the spine, body can absorb it well. Your body is not prepared for the
Yeah.
energy burst, and that's why the head
Okay.
moves. Right. So initially, you can do it on your own,
And
and
one more thing, ma'am. See,
yeah,
I'm so I'm sorry to interrupt. Like,
no problem. Yeah.
actually, I'm staying in Dubai. I know it's
Mhm.
in each and every junction you will find a mosque here. You know, and they have
Uh,
5-time prayers. And this avaz, what is that called? You know, they have this prayer. You
Azan.
know, they send uh, yeah. What happens is, you know, just 30 seconds before they start it, I get my
Hmm.
head movements. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know why. It is surprising, actually. It is.
Well, it starts in the atmosphere even before that, right? So you're catching the energy.
Yeah,
You're catching the energy. The best would be to start
yeah,
doing some physical exercises and breathing exercises so that the energy uniformly
okay,
spreads. And if it starts happening, you can give a
yeah.
gentle massage to your body, no? Your head and
Uh,
upper shoulder.
massage the. Okay.
Yeah, because then there's so much of downpour of energy from the crown also. Okay, when
Yeah,
you're in a temple or meditating, or when there is anything which is spiritually awakening, can
yeah,
create this of a gush of energy. Okay, and if there is a
yeah,
little blockage in the throat chakra or chakra below, then you get this. In
yeah.
fact, I would suggest the
Okay.
program called Revival if you haven't done. Do systematically revival, chakra revival program, work with one chakra at a time, and your body will get
Yeah,
stabilized. And you should actually make the best out of your body's alignment with this energy. Actually, it's a very good sign.
yeah.
No?
I would do. I
Yeah.
would do. I'm quite new to this, actually. The first time I'm
Yes, yes.
listening to you. I will try. Definitely, I will try.
Certainly. I would recommend that because
And
you have a potential.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So this is a main thing. Another thing which I already have sent you a message, which you said you have to attend that one healing. What is that? Is going to start. Mega event is going to come next week, something like. And
Next
you
week,
asked to
I'm going
participate
to
in that.
announce that. Yeah, I'm going to announce that very soon. Just
Ah,
stay tuned.
okay,
Let me
okay,
speak to
yeah,
Amit meanwhile. Yes, Amit.
okay,
Um,
yeah,
the pain is still there. It increased. I changed the statement also in between,
Mm-hmm.
that my resistance to creativity and implement the vision is my soul's love. Uh, so it's like, kind of oscillating. It goes down, then comes back. So
Let's
That's what
do
it
a little magic. Okay, extend your right palm. Just open your right palm.
is. Right. Okay.
Okay.
You have done that.
Uh-huh. Tell your resistance to shift to your right palm.
My resistance shifts to my right palm.
Yeah.
Shifts to my
Okay. And you'll feel some energy presence. You can give it a color, whatever color you want to give. What color would you give?
It's transparent
No
or
worries.
white
What?
or transparent. Yeah.
All right. Would you like to give any shade?
Guess circular. It's like a
So,
ball.
all right. So look at this circular, whitish, transparentish energy mass in your right palm and say, "You're my soul's love." Focus on that and say, "You're
Soul's
my
love.
soul's love."
Soul's love. 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 Soul's yes. So yes, the pain has reduced, and also
Mm.
I feel like it is this. The hand doesn't have it anymore.
Mm.
This
Okay.
thing
Mm-hmm.
has like diminished or kind of evaporated some.
So I want you to shift remaining resistance to your right palm. And tell me what color would you like to give?
Black.
Black. Mm. And shape?
It's like a uh, big black circle, not sphere, circle.
Circle. Okay. So look at this black circle and say, "You're my soul's love."
So it's like, 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 so it's like. It doesn't want to go.
Yeah, my resistance to let go of you is my soul's love.
My resistance to let go of you is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of you is my soul's love. Resistance to let go of you is my soul's love. Resistance to let go of you is my soul's love. My resistance to let go of you is my soul's love. My soul's love. Let go of you is my soul's love. It doesn't want to go. I feel like
Okay.
it's kind of uh, merging back, coming back towards my
Yeah.
forearm.
Yeah. Yeah. So just say, "I revive you.
I revive you.
I recognize you.
I recognize you.
I realign you.
I realign you.
I reorient you.
I reorient you.
I reposition you.
I reposition you.
I revive you.
I revive you.
I recognize you.
I recognize you.
I realign you.
I realign you.
I reorient you.
I
Orient you.
reorient you.
I
I
reposition you."
reposition. I reposition.
Yes. What's happening now?
Feels like some part of it is gone,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Quick
not
and
completely.
no problem. Just say, "I revive you.
I revive you.
I recognize you.
I recognize you.
I realign you.
I realign you.
I reorient you.
I reorient you.
I reposition you.
I reposition. Thank you. I realign you.
Mhm.
I reposition you.
We
I
can make a
re-
short form out of it. I R5 you.
I
R5
are
is
five.
right. Yeah, I R5 you.
I are five. I are five. Ma'am, I initially I could feel some weight also. So I don't feel the weight anymore, but I still sense that it is still there.
Yes, we're not releasing it. We're just
Hmm.
giving it a right position. Okay.
Hmm.
Even resistance has its own role, and we need to keep it. Sometimes we need it, right? We're not rejecting it. It just let it take its right position, because anything in their own respective position will never trouble you. Trouble comes when things are not in alignment, orientation, or a right position. That's why. Okay, that's the principle of R5. So we're not rejecting anything. We generally don't reject anything. Everything has its own place and the beauty, right? So just say I R5 you. Don't intend to let it go. Only thing, just give it a right position. That's it. How's the headache?
Yes, the headache has reduced. It's
Yeah. So remaining, just
I'm not
quickly.
able to believe it, but it feels like it is zero. But I'm still a little skeptical. Is it really zero or not?
Yeah. So the demo was on thought, but it turned out to be a pain management demo. Never mind, no problem. The pain also tells you a lot of things. Eventually you train yourself to understand yourself through your body. And that can make it so beautiful, because every time you do something that you're not meant to do, every time you think something which is not appropriate, your body will tell you that, and you can catch that and correct that in a jiffy. Right now, it took a long time because you're doing it for the first time. Also, there was a lot of resistance and difficulty in believing that overcoming the resistance took a little longer time. Once you overcome, it's very, very fast. Same technique you can apply in meditation and in your thought management. So when there are incessant thoughts which are not even helping you, there are times when you helplessly keep thinking, 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 and get tired and fatigued. That's the time you should actually sit down and say, okay, fine, what's the next thought? So, one after the other, you just keep either doing R5 this thought, or this is my soul's love, one of them you can use to begin with. And slowly and gradually, you'll find yourself not just calm, it's a blissful, serene space. And once you start loving that space, uh, you'll automatically gravitate towards that. And trust, you are very, very effective, very creative, and amazingly focused in that moment, because number of thoughts are less, your vibrations are very high, and whatever you think manifest in a much better way. Why it doesn't manifest? Because thoughts are like seeds. Too many scattered seeds on the soil, the soil doesn't differentiate, so it energizes all the seeds simultaneously. If the thoughts are less, they're more powerful and energized. So keep your thoughts to minimum, very sharp, very focused, and very relevant, because every thought is like a very powerful seed. It can create a huge manifestation. So be very vigilant and aware of your thoughts and use them very effectively and judiciously. That's a message that I want to give it to everyone. Now, so you shouldn't be not thinking, but don't overthink. Be very careful about your thoughts. Be very aware about your thoughts and use them very, very effectively. And ensure that you live your life 100%. Don't get entangled in your thought management, but essentially have your focus on living your life 100%. So, Amit, thank you so much for coming. If there is remaining pain, just take the resistance in your palm and do the same exercise. And then, hopefully it will just go. And over a period of time, as you practice more and more, you'll find amazing shift in the results. Okay. And also,
Thanks a lot.
also do aura detox meditation tonight. That will help you a lot. Okay.
Just wanted to add a query here, ma'am. As you have
Yes.
mentioned about the thoughts. So me being an overthinking kind of person, what I feel is that it's something which is ingrained in the default nature. Even when I'm thinking overthinking, I'm not aware of it. Only
Yeah.
as an after effect, afterthought. Later on, I feel like sometimes that, or when you see other person doing something in a very quick manner, and then sometimes you compare. Okay, I kept on thinking so much. So later on, we realize that yes, a lot of overthinking has been there.
Yeah. So let's begin by being aware of your thoughts on a day-to-day basis, minute-to-minute basis. And that itself will reduce the thoughts. And it won't reduce the thought to a level where that you're like a zombie. No. You would only think which is appropriate and necessary in a given moment. And that conserves so much of energy and creates so much of scope to assimilate the experiences of life that you start living in a much better way. And as you have spent years creating this particular habit, now take few days to a few weeks to reverse the habit. And it's possible with this technique. And I'm sure you'll
Right.
try it out. Yeah.
Sure.
Wonderful to have you. Okay. All right. So Sudarshan is back again over here. And he was asking about the healing week. We're going to have next week as a each one heal one week. And we will put the link on our website, each one heal1.mn.co. And from morning 6 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, 12 hours a day, we will have some of the other senior facilitators helping you out with your self-healing, giving you radical reading, and giving you guidance on your self-healing. Of course, we believe that each one is capable of healing themselves. Sometimes you do need guidance, assistance, and help. So we are going to be available. Quite a few of my friends and colleagues have already consented. We're getting together. I need your cooperation. To make this program successful, just spread the word and send lots of people to get the healing guidance for themselves, and we'll be happy to guide them to heal themselves and work with them directly on Zoom or through the breakout rooms. Depends upon the availability of the number of healing facilitators and radical facilitators there. You'll get chakra guidance, you'll get chakra reading, you'll learn some of those easy technique, what I demonstrated to Amit right now, and you will also get deep insights into your decision makings and certain complex issues of life. So all the best, and see you next week online, as well as next week on coming Thursday on the free web healing show. The topic for the next Thursday is how to lead a passionate life. So I'm sure a lot of you are interested. Do come back and stay tuned and keep listening. Bye. Have a great week ahead. Thank you.